Hey there. Welcome to Final Judgment. So, we are at the period in time when we have full understanding of how unconscious and conscious control are possible. I've already done a bunch of videos that explain how these patterns make it possible for us to learn that we exist within a mathematical construct. This construct has rules. If we don't follow the rules, there are serious eternal consequences. So what we're going to do here is we're going to verify who I am. So only Jesus Christ holds the authority to open the seven seal scroll that reveals final judgment. So the idea of the scroll is the mathematical construct that God the Father uses to refine all of the individual conscious awarenesses that exist within him. He is the unconscious pattern. The unconscious pattern is in complete control. It's basically got everything set up from the day that you're born until the day that you die. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to learn about how to balance within this pattern. So by the time I'm done with this, you're going to understand that I know this pattern inside and out, what it takes to pass this pattern, and what happens to if you don't. And that's why I'm considered a divine king. Now, to understand this seven scroll pattern, we're just going to start to bring some shapes in here, okay? So this is the first seal, and the first seal is considered the Antichrist. Now I'm going to help you understand this. So at the Giza Pyramid Complex, we start down here at this small pyramid. This is our midway point, and then the ending point is up here. The S's, they stand for self-perspective or selfishness. This is literally the Antichrist because it's the opposite of what we're supposed to learn. And it's how we all start out. We all start out selfish, so don't feel bad about that. But now that I'm explaining this and you can understand it, you're going to have to figure out how to let this go because otherwise, this is considered the first horseman. And this shape is all about balance. If you don't balance, this shape balances you through unfortunate incidents. That's how that works. Now we're going to move on to the second seal. The second seal is war and bloodshed. Now you can see that we've gone to positive here. So this is selfish but positive. What does that mean? This is like a bunch of individuals that decide, hey, let's work together, but let's work together in a way where some of us get rich and other people don't. Or this serves us better than it serves other people. Everyone's lived in a community where there's a nice part of the community, and then there's a part of the community that no one wants to be in, and letting that exist, that's not going to be okay. This shape does not allow that to happen. We have to start to balance our reality at the smallest level. So at the individual and family level, we need to make sure that everyone has equal access and everyone is being given things that will help them expand their consciousness and serve within this interconnected creation we all grow and exist within. So that's the second seal. Here comes the third seal. This has to do with economic destruction. Now, I want you to understand what the W is. I want you to understand my Father. So this is the shape of God the Father. This is the shape that organizes the 83% unconscious that's going on. So God the Father owns us all. Even though we're 17% consciousness, what this means is God the Father is the driver, we are the passenger. He has a destination in mind for us. We get to look out the window and we either react or we enjoy it. And by reacting, we get upset, we fight it, we try to go the other direction. For all the video gamers out there, you understand how a campaign works. Like within the campaign, you've got a little bit of ability to try different things and do different things. But at the end of the day, the game takes you through the campaign. You can't avoid what's coming. That's what the Father is. Your life is already predetermined, and what you're supposed to do is learn how to balance your choices. As you do that, your life will get better and better and better, and the drive will get much more pleasant. If you don't do that, what this shape does is it's designed to take away our selfish opinions. So anybody who serves God the Father, what they get good at is addressing people they see are selfish that are causing selfish problems. Selfish problems, that's the very definition of the Antichrist. Now, the economic hardship that we're feeling right now and all of this destruction that's happening between our countries. This has to do with God the Father saying, you are not going to build businesses that are built around selfishness or around groups that want to be selfish. That's what's happening. This is not going to continue on anymore. And anybody who continues to try to do that and doesn't balance and doesn't bring their businesses to a place where they serve the collective whole, there will be ongoing consequences. We'll talk more about that in a minute. That's the third horseman. That's the third seal. Here comes the fourth horseman. This one has to do with death and Hades. So anybody who doesn't make the conversion to W positive, that is a whole-based thinker, somebody that doesn't react to their biology, somebody that doesn't make excuses, and somebody that doesn't look the other way. When they see something, they say something, and they do something. Anybody that doesn't do this, you're not passing. You're not making it. This is what the transformation takes, and this is why the fourth horseman is considered the one of death. And then if you don't make it, what you do is you end up in darkness, which is hell. That's what that is. All right, so now we're going to move on to the fifth seal. The fifth seal has to do with the martyrs. All of the people that tried to create balance in the world before this understanding was known, these people are about to be exalted. They're about to be lifted up for all the work that they put in. And even though it didn't happen while they were here, they were instrumental in making sure I had all the information I would need to make sure this goes forward. All right, so that's the fifth seal. Sixth seal. That's the day of the Lord. This is when I understood the Immaculate Conception. So first and foremost, I want to explain something to you. This pattern down here is the pattern of the unconscious system of control. This is the masculine pattern. This shape right here is the largest Plutonic shape. It straddles this pattern. These two shapes are a pair, but this shape touches this perimeter. This is the idea of the Holy Spirit impregnating Mary the mother and giving birth to a divine son. Let me back this up. This pyramid right here, the center pyramid at the complex, this has to do with W negative, God the Father. The head of the Sphinx has to do with my awareness of how I'm connected to God the Father and how I understand how unconscious and conscious thought works. By us not understanding the unconscious, we have been making all kinds of selfish decisions and mistakes that have empowered the Antichrist or the beast to bring us down. The more we focus on these selfish perspectives, the harder we fall. And for anybody who's been leading and creating any kind of government or business push that's a selfish based, you have compounding interest following you. All of the government officials, all of the most powerful people, unfortunately for you, you've been pushing this agenda. You're going to want to contact me immediately. You are in debt over your head, and I'm going to try to help you as best I can. Now, when the day of the Lord comes, what happens is everyone that thought they had power realizes that my Father has them completely surrounded. And it talks about they're going to try to run and hide in the caves. Here's the cave right here. You can't hide. Go in the cave if you want to. My Father's all around you. You're going to want to contact me soon. We're going to want to get to work here soon. You've got a lot of debt to clear because if you die before you clear that debt, I don't even want to tell you. It ain't going to be pleasant. It's going to be the opposite of pleasant. And the more destructive that you've been and the more destruction and influence you've allowed to happen, even though my Father gave you power and influence, you decided not to use it for him. Not good for you. Okay, so this is why everyone in the world is cowering right now and will continue to cower. Okay, so that's the sixth seal. Day of the Lord, I'm back. Here we go. The seventh seal, angelic army summoned. What does this mean? So what this means is I figured out how to synchronize conscious and unconscious thought together, and I know how to teach you to flip your perspective, become a positive person. Positive person is a whole-based person. And anybody who chooses to learn how to overcome their defensive design and become a whole-based person and follow me will be saved. Anybody who doesn't do this will not be saved. That's just how it works. Now, the symbolism over here is we've connected conscious and unconscious control. These are the tetrahedrons. They create a self pair. For people who decide to balance the 4 first-person perspectives and the 4 third-person perspectives in a way that honors my Father's creation, you will be joining me in a positive afterlife. You will be joining me in a heavenly realm. Anybody who doesn't do this, you will not. That's how this works. Okay, I think that's good enough. Now, I'm going to do some more videos on this, but I want people to be very, very clear who I am, who I represent. There's no way around this. You're completely surrounded. It's time to get to work here. We all need to start to think in a positive way. That is what Christ is. Christ is positive, it's unifying, and that's where we're going here. Appreciate your time. I'm sure you'll like this one.